Mandolin here with The Art of Pain for a video that is probably the hardest subject for me to talk about. And the video today will be on anger. So we know anger is a basic human emotion. Absolutely everybody has experienced it in one form or another throughout the duration of their lives. And although you see me talking about suicidal ideation, sadness, loneliness, emotions that I feel almost every single day, the reason anger is the hardest for me to open up about is because I don't trust it at all. I do not trust my anger in any way, shape, or form because I can't control it. Story time. When my abuser, and this is my step-grandfather, when he went to jail when I was 12 after the mental and sexual abuse that I had endured for most of my adolescence, years and years, instead of being relieved, knowing even at that time the concept of jail, and that means that I'll never have to see him again, I was not immediately filled with peace or feeling better. I was still very, very angry. And that is because, come to find out, though he told me many times that if I was quiet about it and I didn't say anything, that he wouldn't kill my family. Most pedophiles and abusers use threats. Keep that in mind. That he wouldn't hurt anybody else. That, in essence, if I sacrificed myself mentally and physically to his whim whenever he got the chance, that other people would be okay. And even very, very young, I had a concept of pain and of hurting other people, and not really what that meant, but enough that I was like, okay, that sounds reasonable. Let me endure this for as long as I could possibly stand it and save other people. I thought that my sacrifice would have been enough, that I would have been able to save other people. And I didn't. Only when I was older did I find out that it happened to a very close older relative of mine. I knew at the time of the court proceedings that it did happen to my older sister and my younger brother to very extreme extents, just like myself. And I just couldn't help but be so angry. I was so angry. It's like being betrayed by the person you hate the most in the world. You're like, oh yeah, probably. But when you're in that survival mode and someone offers you something like, here, take this, you almost believe it because you're so desperate to find a way out or find some sort of silver lining that you will believe almost anything. And that's what I did. Naively, that is what I did. I trusted an absolute monster. And yeah, so after that, my anger only got worse. I was angry at my mother for never being there, literally, physically speaking, in the house with me because she was addicted and, truth be told, was dealing with her own internal battles from her very terrible childhood. If you can imagine, my step-grandfather was on my mother's side, so there's layers to this, okay? And she just could never get out of her own way or step outside of herself to see what else was happening. My younger siblings lived with their dad after the divorce of my stepdad and my mom, so they all lived with him, and it was just my older sister and me with my mom. And my sister found out very quickly that she wanted nothing to do with living under the same roof as my mom. So it ended up being just me for years. And until I really developed friends and had people who wanted to come over my house or me go over theirs, I spent a lot of time alone. And this was during and after the abuse and once he was put in jail. And I just found myself so angry at my circumstances, and that nobody seemed to know that this was happening for years and years, and connecting these dots that I just can't even say out loud because I still can't accept them. Anyway, I'm trying not to cry here. Yeah, so anger fills me. It consumes me. Sometimes I'll just be standing there and the slightest, most minor inconvenience will happen. And it will be like, what the hell? What's going on? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing that in general? Just whatever's going on in that moment, I have to verbally, not physically, verbally attack whoever it is I'm mad at in that moment, and sometimes it can be absolutely devastating. I have hurt other people in these times more than one time. This isn't a one-off. It's maybe a few times a year because I suppress my anger again and again and again because I can't let it out. And I don't know, the more I think about it, and the more I thought about making this video in particular, I just found myself to be more angry. I'm so angry at what happened. I'm so angry that I cannot personally remove each and every pedophile and rapist and child abuser and anything like that. I just want them all... I don't want to say die. I'm not one of those people that feel like, well, this happened to me, so it should happen back to you. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in an eye for an eye because honestly, it doesn't make much sense and it will never teach them a lesson. They did what they did because they wanted to and because it made them feel good. That's why. That's why they did it. They're not going to learn any lesson by having it done to them. They've already received their pleasure. It doesn't matter. That's why, among many other reasons, why I have the art of pain. Because not only do I personally grapple with many injustices done to me and around me in my life, that I have hurt other people as a direct result, because hurting people hurt people and there's just no way around it. If you are in a terrible headspace and something happens and you feel that that pushes against your boundaries, you're gonna be like, what the hell? Back up. Like, what are you doing? This is my space. You cannot touch me, and if you do, I will make your life a living hell. I have done that, not necessarily exactly that way, but I have pushed people away time and time again. Of course, that has things to do with other things like anxiety and abandonment issues because of my mom and just other reasons as well, but a lot of it is anger too. I don't know what I'm capable of. I've personally never been in a real physical altercation and never gotten in fights in school, even when people are being really mean to me. I don't want to hurt people, especially with my hands. I just don't. So I don't know what would happen should I have one of these blackout moments that people talk about when rage consumes you, when you start seeing red. I don't know what will happen if that's me. So I bury it, and I bury it, and I bury it, and now, especially right now, I'm just so angry at everything. I'm angry I don't have enough time to do the things that I want to do. I'm angry that I feel like I'm giving half-ass at work, half-ass at school, half-ass with my daughter and my boyfriend and my friends and my hobbies and the art of pain. And I don't have enough time to do anything. And when I do, it's like bullshit or just really not done well. And I'm caught in a spiral right now. I wish that this video had some inspiring message at the end, but it doesn't. It really doesn't, because I don't know what to do, and it keeps bubbling to the surface, and then I push it down, bubbles up, and I keep pushing it down, and I don't know. I would rather know with 100% certainty that I will battle with suicidal ideation each and every day of my life for the rest of my life than deal with this anger that's just brewing up in the background, always looming, always there. I don't know what to do about it. And I know that it is a healthy human emotion. I know what purposes anger actually serves. I do understand. I just don't. I just don't want to hurt people. And I know that I have. And I know that I will again, whether intentionally or otherwise. That is what it is to be human. We all make mistakes. We all mess up. And sometimes we hurt people that we really care about, and it will never be rectified. I know that I haven't hurt people in the way that I've been hurt personally, but I have hurt other people, and I can never take that back. If you know this saying about dropping a glass plate, and watching it shatter, and then trying to put back the pieces the way it came, you're not going to be able to. The pieces are too fragmented. That is what I want to avoid, and simultaneously, what I feel like. Feel like a dropped plate. I don't know. I just want to log this for evidence, or just to let people know that I'm not just always sad all the time. I am a ticking time bomb of anger, and I hate it. I hate it. I do have physical hobbies that you would think would help me in times of anger, but really, only when I'm sad can it make me happy. It cannot take away the anger, and I don't think that anything can. And I just don't know what to do. So, if you feel that way, let me know. Do you have tips or tricks? I've looked up stuff on anger management, but I haven't found anything yet. So, yeah, just let me know if this made any sense, if this struck a chord with you. I would love to know that I'm not the only one dealing with this massive anger that you are honestly terrified of letting out. I'd love to know that I'm not alone. Alright guys, Mandolin here, signing off from The Art of Pain, and I hope everybody has a great rest of their day, and I'm really sorry if you watch this and you were having a good day and now you're sad or you're angry. Sorry, I just had to get it out. Bye.